Warning, chapter 11 is in 2 parts, so there is going to be a cliffhanger, because, yeah, but dark themes, incest, and pedophilia are in this chapter, so I do have to give those warnings. If you have triggers by any of those, please don't listen to this chapter. But anyways, here we go. Izuku's POV. I stared at the game, still baffled at the information I found out. How did Yen get transported in the game? If so, what kind of quirk was used, and who would do that to her and why? I was lost in my own thoughts, that I didn't notice Mina calling out my name. Ku, Deku, she screamed. I flinched as I turned to her. Oh, hello, Mina. Sorry if I was lost in my own thoughts. She let out a laugh. No worries, I understand, but I think I might lose my voice if I have to scream out your name to get your attention any time we meet, she replied. I let out an apologetic smile. Her curious eyes soon laid upon the game I was holding. Oh, I know that game. It got into a drama because of the CEO of the company, she replied. Really? Why? I asked. That's weird. I don't think I heard anything about that, but now that I think about it, I probably was too busy with my duties. Well, the CEO got exposed as a pedophile by one of the game developers. Not only that, but the CEO is attracted to his younger sister ever since she was 4. Because of that, they had to kick out the CEO of the company. They still publish the game, though. I can't tell you much because the names are censored by the news. That's not much info about their identities, too. She informed me. Wow, that was a lot to take into. I was shocked by what she told me. There was a lot of unpacked there. Maybe I should do more research about this later. Well, damn. That's, I was speechless. Yeah, I feel really sorry for the younger sister, though. I heard she died, but maybe those are just rumors, she added. Oh my God. I have to go. I'll talk to you later. Mina quickly left. Oh, thank you, and, good luck. I didn't really know what to tell her since she was in a hurry. I'm finding out so much. There's the thing I saw since he told me to. Futimo, was it? I wonder why he mentioned her. I only remember her being jealous of Yin, and how she tried separating us both, and there was that. Flashback. You can be like that for Yin, but not for me. She's adopted, too. What's the difference? Futimo screamed. We both know that isn't the point. It's just that, why are you trying to separate us? You're not my sister. Yin is. I can be an older brother figure to you, but I can't be your older brother. You aren't my priority, so why do you always get angry at me when I come to Yin's aid first? I replied out, frustrated. I was so angry I managed to spill out my own true thoughts. Futimo gritted her teeth as tears rolled down her cheeks. She mumbled something that I couldn't quite make out. Flashback end. Still, I can't forgive her after what she's done to Yin. Well, that's enough thinking about this. I need to focus on helping people first. I can think about this later. Yin, wherever you are, I hope you're safe. Meanwhile, second person's POV. What are you doing here? Kokoshibu spoke out in a dark tone. Your face turned pale as your mind was starting to panic. But you tried to keep your composure. Yurichi is letting me stay because my apartment burnt down, you replied. That was a fat lie. You were planning on living with Yurichi since he had a spare room. And you were also going to get all of your stuff from Melanie and Ami's place and move it to Yurichi's. You texted the girls in advance as to what you would do, but they hadn't replied yet. You were planning on moving to Blake's place if he ever came back, but you didn't know when. Kokoshibo's eyes observed your body language. He wasn't buying what you said. What made him even more pissed was that you were calling his brother by his first name. Are you looking for Yurichi? Because he's at work, I think, you added, as your eyes laid upon the box he was holding. Without any warning, he headed inside Yurichi's house. You gulped out of nervousness. I'm going to wait for him, Kokoshibo informed you. Okay. I'll be in the spare room. You were cut off by Kokoshibo. Your apartment burning down isn't a good excuse as to why you haven't been going to school. You froze. You didn't know what to say. You didn't have a good excuse. Besides, what were you going to tell him? You couldn't be honest with him. You were cut off by Yurichi opening the front door. His eyes laid upon but to the two of you. He let out a confused facial expression. What? Yurichi was cut off by Kokoshibo, who glared at him as he walked towards him. What the hell are you thinking? Living with a minor you're not related to? My student, too, at that, Kokoshibo asked. Brother, He was cut off once again. Don't call me that. The atmosphere was suffocating. There was heavy tension between the brothers. You stood there like an NPC, not knowing what to do. Should you just stand there or catch their attention by trying to go outside your room to get away from the situation? Fuck, you dreadfully thought. After a moment, Yurichi spoke up. She didn't have a place to go to. I'm simply helping her, you replied. You know which school she's from. You could have informed the teachers, Kokoshibo replied, burning with pure hatred and jealousy that you went to his brother instead of him. You can have this back, he added, as he handed Yurichi the gift he gave him. Kokoshibo was about to leave, but Yurichi said something. It's not my place to decide for her. If she wants to go to her teachers, she will. But Yin didn't come to me for help. So she came for me but Yin didn't. She came for me for help, Yurichi told him. Kokoshibo looked back for a moment before continuing to leave. I'm sorry I had to witness that, Yin, he apologized. No, it's fine. I'll just go to my room. Yurichi, thank you again, you told him. He only gave you a nod in response. What he told Kokoshibo made you really trust Yurichi. Heck, he could lead you to a suspicious alley and you wouldn't even question him. Of course you know he would never do anything to harm you, so you don't have any worries. Dumbass Dog, Brother Junior, and Demon Killer 9000 followed you to your room. Yurichi let out a sigh as he headed to his own room. Sorry, I choked on my own spit. He walked up to his desk and opened a drawer, revealing a small flute. Kokoshibo, no, Michikatsu, had given it to him when they were little. He held it as he sat on his bed, thinking about the interaction he had with his brother just now. The conversation felt off. Every word that his brother said made him feel like it wasn't the truth. They might not be on good terms, but he knows that Michikatsu isn't a bad person with bad intentions. Time skip. Holy shit. Rui shuffled uncomfortably in his car seat. How long until we get there? He asked the driver. With the traffic, I'm afraid it would be 15 minutes, young master. The driver was hesitant to say it because he knew he would feel Rui's wrath. He clicked his tongue. I can't wait that long, Rui thought. I'm sorry, young master. The driver apologized. Rui didn't say anything. He was holding his tongue since he knew his Oni-chan would be disappointed with his behavior towards his staff, even if she found out. It must be true. Young master doesn't give in to his temper easily anymore. I heard it must be because of that girl he always talks about. He calls her his older sister. We're even headed to her place right now. I hope she continues to be a positive influence, the driver thought. But at the pit of his stomach, he knew that this clinging behavior of his towards his Oni-chan would end up in a wouldn't end up in a wholesome way. Rui was getting impatient. He needed you right now. He needed to talk to you right now. He needed to get head pats from you this instant. He had been away from you for so long. It's driving him crazy. Now that he found out where you were because you texted him, he's been inching to finally be by your side. After what felt like years, he finally arrived in the front of Yurichi's place. He told his driver that he can stay at a nearby cafe. Rui's heart was pumping out of his chest as he excitedly left the car and ran straight to the front door. He knocked on the door and was imagining your surprised facial expression, but his heart dropped when the person who opened the door seemed to be someone he didn't ever want to meet. Yurichi let out a confused facial expression. What are you? Yurichi was cut off by you. Really? You spoke out in disbelief as you walked up to him. Oni-chan, Rui replied ecstatically. Yurichi moved away so that the two of you could hug, and you soon pulled away from him. How are you? Oh, right. I'm sorry, Yurichi. I forgot to tell you that Rui might be visiting. You gave him an apologetic smile. No worries. Do you both want hot chocolate? Yurichi asked. Rui slowly nodded his head. Rui watched Yurichi as he headed to his kitchen. He started making hot cocoa for the two of you. Why did she have to live with him? Oni-chan shouldn't just go into me. I have a mansion, an amazing chef. I have a bathtub and a swimming pool. I have a huge bed we can both sleep in, and a large TV. Why did she choose to stay in this dump? Rui thought, trying to hide his frown. He was jealous of Yurichi. Why would you even choose Yurichi over him? Rui would do anything for you. Besides, what did he have that Rui doesn't? This whole house is smaller than my closet, Rui thought as he sat on the couch. Who did you come here with? You asked as you went to your room to grab Brother Junior. My driver. I told him to stay at the nearby cafe, Rui replied as he sat next to him. Rui glanced at Yurichi. Their eyes met, but Yurichi was quick to break it off. Rui's eyes widened as he lowered his head. Why doesn't that work on him? Is this why they avoid him? I'm guessing he's immune to Muzan since he's avoiding him, Rui thought. He only starts to panic. Rui, your sweet voice called out his name. He snapped out of his thoughts as he turned to you. I was asking you, how's your school? You told him with a concerned facial expression. It's okay, Rui replied. Are you okay? You asked as dumbass dog climbed up the couch and sat next to you while Demon Killer 9000 laid on your lap, without a care. I'm just trying to remember if I did my math homework or not, Rui replied, making excuses as to why he had been spacing out. Oni-chan, Rui whispered as he got closer to you. You hummed in response as he went closer to your ear to whisper something. Do you trust that mister? He seems scary. I don't get good vibes from him. He lied. He was trying to separate you from Yurichi. Oh, him? Of course. He's helped me a lot, and no worries. His face looks cold, but he's really a really nice person. You whispered back. You can't be so sure. You just met him, Rui replied. You don't have to be so worried, Rui. He's a very great guy. I promise. You reassured him. Rui decided not to push it, but he's fuming with jealousy and anger that you trust Yurichi so much. Is this what he lacked? Your trust. Time skip. It had been a week since Rui's visit, and you were at a nearby park to try and clear your head. You've successfully moved all your stuff to Yurichi's place. You still don't have any contact with Melanie or me, though. They hadn't replied to your messages, but you decided to get your mind off that as you let out a small chuckle, remembering what happened when Rui was about to go home during your visit. Flashback. No, I don't want to go home. I'll just tell my driver to tell you cut him off. No, Rui, I will not allow it, you replied. Rui was planning to stay here and sleep next to you in your bed. Well, why not? He huffed. Because you need to go home. I will not allow you to stay here, okay? You replied. But I want to stay with you, by your side, he complained. Rui, you have school and your parents will probably kill me if they find out their son is at a stranger's house, okay? You told him. He only pouted in response. Rui's eyes unfortunately met Yurichi's. Go home, kiddo, he spoke out. Rui soon looked down in disbelief. He couldn't do anything against Yurichi because his abilities didn't work on him. In your eyes, you just thought it as just Rui being intimidated by Yurichi. You weren't far off, but you thought of it incidentally. For you, it was assuming to see the bratty Rui squirm in discomfort at the presence of Yurichi. Flashback end. You couldn't help but smile in amusement when remembering what happened that time. But you were cut off from your thoughts when someone called out your name. Yen, you looked around to see... Oh, it's Gitaru. Your eyes widened as you quickly look away, ready to run away from this man. Hey, don't run away from me. We both know you can't run for shit. You run so slow, and you have horrible stamina. Gitaru just didn't you. You glanced at him as you stopped in your tracks. Fuck you! There's no need to remind me! You roared as he walked towards you. Why the fuck aren't you in school? He asked. You couldn't find the right words to reply. Are you friends with some delinquents or some shit? He asked. But this time there was a hint of concern, which made you feel a little surprised. No, sir. My place just burnt down, so, you replied. He raised an eyebrow as he crossed his arms. That's not a valid reason for skipping school. You dipshit. He told you. You only kept quiet. There was a pause before he said something. Well, either way, it's good. That's one less lousy fuck to look after, Gitaro commented, to which you rolled your eyes. Is cursing and insulting me your favorite hobby? You asked. No, it's my job, and I'm damn good at it. He then let out a loud laugh. Ugh, whatever. Why are you here anyways? You asked. Daki and Blake are still on their stupid fucking honeymoon, Gitaro replied. That fucker. I swear to God, if he ever does anything to my dumb, gullible sister, he mumbled. I just get frustrated thinking about it. Come on. Why the fuck does she like him? Who cares if he has good hygiene and smells good? Who cares if he has good hair? Who cares if there's a rumor he actually works out, huh? God damn it. Fuck these handsome men. I curse them for as long as I live. Gitaro put his heart and soul into that complaint. What the fuck? You know, at this point, I'm starting to think you actually like him, sir, you replied. Gitaro dramatically faked a puke. Don't you ever say that shit to my face ever again. He glared at you. Soon, there was a moment of silence. He broke it. Gitaro let out a sigh and ruffled his hair out of frustration. Look, you dumb fuck. If you're in deep shit, you like being involved with delinquents or some shit, you can come to me. I'll help you, he told you. You looked out. Oh, wait, yeah, hold up. Oh, fuck, I lost my spell. You looked at him shocked that those words came out of his mouth. But you're involved in crimes or someone trying to assassinate you. I'm gone. Don't even think of approaching me. I don't want to die because of you dumbasses like you. He added, to which you frowned instantly. There's the guitar, I know, you thought. He then ruffled your hair as he looked at you with a mocking smile. Did you even jump during New Year's? If so, I don't see the height improvement. He spoke out as he walked away with a mocking laugh. I'm fun size, bitch, you shouted. You watched him as he left. And deep down, you were thankful for his praises. His bullying gets your mind off of some things. You were also thankful that he cared about you in his own fucked up way. You then continued your walk before sitting on a bench. You let it out. Oh, you let the cold wind brush past your skin while you scrolled through social media. It was peaceful, and you wished that this kind of peace, would last forever. It was quiet, and all you could hear were birds either singing or arguing with one another. That is until Yen. A familiar voice spoke out. You looked around to see Sabito. You mentally let out a sigh of relief that it wasn't anyone you were trying to avoid. Hey, Sabito, you greeted him back as he sat down next to you. How have you been? He asked. Oh, well, it's been all right. You let out an awkward laugh as you lied. Lies, Sabito thought as he felt those words stab his heart. He wants to protect you so badly. He wants to lock you up in his house and no contact with the outside world, just to protect you from them. He wants to kidnap you so badly. That grudging urge telling him that he should do it now, that he should give in to his desires. But no, he stops himself. Sabito knows that not what you would want or like. How about you? You ask. Well, I've mostly been at home, he replied. I noticed that you haven't been present in school lately. Is there a reason? He asked. Oh, my apartment burned down, so, I'm still trying to recover from that before coming to school, he replied. Lies again, Sabito thought. His eyes soon lingered. It laid upon your cold hands. He then touched it, and you were a little surprised. They're cold. You want to share a heat pack? Sabito chuckled. Sure, you replied, not feeling uncomfortable with Sabito's touch. He places the hot heat pack between your hands, and he also held your hands with both of his. Sabito wanted to give you some warmth, a comforting moment from all the hell you've been going through. He knows that you don't deserve whatever is happening to you right now. Look, oh my god. Look, bro. Parcletus pointed at the two. What, bro? Oh, it's Yin and Sabito, Arcletus replied. Before Arcletus could even react, I can't say his name. Parcletus grabbed both Arcleus's hands. I'll treat you right like that, bro. I'll give you the warmth during the winter, bro. I'm just gonna skip that part because it's not anything you guys would want. You looked at Sabito, and you found his serious face funny. I didn't know that heating up my hands were such a serious task, you joked, to which he laughed in response. Thank you, Sabito. You thanked him as a small smile formed on your lips. And he noticed it. It warmed his heart to know that you felt safe and comforted in his presence. Don't worry, it's only the bare minimum, he replied. Time skip. You hummed as you were walking home to Yurichi's place after hanging out with Sabito. He treated you with ramen, for which you thanked him. You were a very happy and satisfied woman at this point. You were in a good mood, but what you put in a greater mood is spotting a me and Melanie. Oh my god, a me, Melanie, you mumbled. As soon as you recognized that it was them, you quickly ran up to the two. The two of them looked surprised to see you. Oh my god, Yin, I was trying to text you both. The two of them looked at each other before looking back at you, their facial expressions confused. I moved out. I'm not sure if you guys saw it already. Besides, I kept texting you both, and why weren't you replying to them? Also, since when did you guys come back? You should have told me, you told them. Me mumbled as she looked towards Melanie. I'm sorry, but who are you? I don't think we've met before, Melanie asked. A smile on your face quickly dropped. Question mark, POV, flashback. My finger brushed against my sister's back. Oh, I think I know who this is. God, her angelic face, her peaceful sleeping form, her beautiful golden hair and long eyelashes. What did I do to deserve such a beautiful little sister? Why is that the description of me? Oh, that's great. I was 16, while she was 17. I didn't care what people thought of me. The only thing important was that I loved her. Why is this the same age as my brother and me? Oh God. Like age difference. That I loved her, and that she would stay forever by my side. My eyes trailed on her loose camulus that revealed her stomach along with the outline of her white cotton panties. She let out a groan as she moved in her sleep. If I went on a good angle, I'd be able to see her chest and glitched out. What are you doing? My eyes widened as I froze. Nothing, mother. I was just watching over Futimo, I replied as I gave her a fake smile. She stared at me, her lips slowly crooked to a smile. You'll help your mother later, right? She asked. I could feel my body feeling cold as I hid my trembling hands. Yes, mother, I replied as I looked away, waiting for her to leave. This is creepy. I don't like this, because this is the description of me and my brother and my age difference. Oh, I don't like how it's going. I was 23 while she was 14. Futimo was starting to grow into a woman. Her chest was starting to get bigger, while her thighs were starting to get plumper. She was also starting to wear a little bit more of makeup. I love the strawberry gloss she could wear. I always wondered how it would be if she used it to suck my dick. Futimo, where are you going? I asked as I rested my body on the frame of the bedroom door. I'm hanging out with Yin, her brother, and a few of my friends, she replied. Yin, I always kept hearing her name come out of my sister's mouth. It made me jealous, but I was glad that she had a close friend. All right then, be careful. I gave her a small smile. She then stared at me before going back to putting on her makeup and fixing her hair. I hadn't done anything to her yet. I'm losing my patience. I was now 30, while she was 21. My eyes trailed at the sight of her dead body. I clenched the cloth of her top as tears rolled down my cheeks. I trembled out of anger. How dare she? How dare she? How dare you, Yin? Flashback end. I stared at the grave of my little sister, Futimo. Don't worry. I'm in the middle of avenging you. I mumbled as I left her favorite cake on top of her grave. Yin, you'll suffer until death, I promised.